I have some hygiene swaps and or tips to share that have changed my life, and I feel very passionately about them because I was struggling with a lot of things for a while and they have since been resolved or improved, and I want others to feel the same. So starting with like deodorant, I was using normal like drugstore deodorant for most of my life, and I had like really irritated razor burn under my arms for the most part. And then I kind of learned about aluminum and a lot of fragrance and additives that are in deodorant that's not good for our pores and like for our bodies. And putting them on your armpits is like putting them directly on your adrenal gland, so your body's absorbing it because your skin obviously absorbs everything that you put on it. So then I went on a hunt and I was working in the UK, and the people I was staying with really loved Wild deodorant and they put me on that. So I bought a lot of that, and I bought like, with your first order you get like 15% off. So I bought like 7 or 8 refills and it lasted me like 2 years. I can actually show you. So this is my Wild case. And that's the deodorant, and you wind it up the bottom and then you add your refill in when you're done. So for me, Wild was working for a long time and I wasn't smelling sweat, and it was fine. You know, there were white marks on my clothes, but as was all deodorant. And then recently it stopped working and I was getting so frustrated because like my number one no is like smelling bad or like smelling like sweat. I hate it. So I kind of crashed out and I couldn't figure out what deodorant to use. And then my boyfriend's parents recommended me to try a salt deodorant stick. And I was like, what do you mean a salt? It's like a crystal. And I was like, okay, guys, there's no way a crystal is gonna stop me from smelling, you know? But I bought it and it literally has changed the game. So the one I bought was the Salt of the Earth natural unscented one, and there's only one ingredient, which is potassium alum, which is a natural mineral salt. That's what this is made out of, and it looks like this. It's a crystal, like a salt crystal, and you run it under water. So you wet it and then you rub it like on your armpit, and the salt like transfers with the water. So the way this works is that sweat itself doesn't smell. It's the bacteria that breaks down your sweat that smells. And when you put this on after you're clean, like once you've showered at night or whenever you shower, straight out the shower, even like if your armpits are still wet, you just rub this on, and the bacteria can't survive under your arm when the salt is present. So you literally don't smell. Like, I have worn it and gone a whole night and day sweating, and the next night when I go to, you know, shower, like I don't stink. And it is so cool because there's no white marks, there's no fragrance. It's like, it's so, completely natural, and it works, and it shocked me. So I am telling everyone in my life, I can't recommend this enough. This is the Salt Crystal deodorant. Then along with that, what I've started doing is I bought benzoyl peroxide wash. This is the Benzac 5% wash. And I use this under my arms as well. So once like I'm in the bath or showering, I'll wash my armpits normally with soap, and then I'll put like a pea-sized amount on my fingers, and then I'll rub it under each armpit and let it sit for like 2 to 5 minutes. And benzoyl peroxide kills the bacteria that feed on sweat. I mean, this is predominantly used for like acne on your face and stuff, but if you find that your soap isn't breaking down your sweat properly, try this. Highly recommend. So I do a benzoyl peroxide wash, and then when I'm done in the shower, I put this on afterwards, and I put this on at night because I shower at night. And I don't have to put it on in the morning. I guess if you're a very sweaty person, put it on in the morning as well. But you need to put it on when your armpits are clean. So if you've been sweating and you smell and you put this on, it's not gonna make you stop smelling. So the trick is to put this on when you're clean already. It may not work for everyone. The lady who put me on Wild, I like texted her and I was like, have you heard about this? This stuff is amazing. It works so well. And she was like, I tried it, didn't work. I stank the whole time. So maybe it's possible that she wasn't putting it on when her armpits were very clean, but it's been working for me. And I stink sometimes, like, whew, it's been bad, like after training, but not anymore. And I find that I hardly sweat anymore, which is so nice. Okay, enough about that. These two things, great. The next thing that I've recently switched to is a safety razor. Nothing safe about it, but it's a single blade razor. This is the Bamboo brand. I got it on Prime Day on Amazon. It was on sale for like $12. You unscrew the handle like this, and then the top, you need to be careful. The top comes off, and then the blade sits like this. So I'm not going to take the blade out, but this is where you insert your blade. And I bought a bulk pack of blades. I bought 100 blades for $10 on Amazon. And then you just screw this back on. And there you go. And the blades themselves can be recycled, and they don't have disposable heads. So the only thing you're changing out is the blade. And the main reason I switched to this is because disposable razors are so expensive. Like 3 heads of a disposable razor is like 400 to 500 rand, which is insane. For something you're gonna throw away is insane. This cost me $12, the razor itself, which usually they're like 25. So let's say you're paying 25. You pay like 500 to 600 rand once, and then the blade itself is like a couple cents. So it is more expensive up front, but this one thing will last me my whole life because it's stainless steel. It's not going to degrade. And all you replace is the blade. And most people say like they replace the blade after every use. I use one blade like for a whole week, and I shave my legs, my arms, my armpits, like everything's getting shaved with one blade, and you can shave on both sides. And you just learn it's at a certain angle, and it's quite heavy, so it uses the weight. I recommend. I get razor bumps really easily on my armpits. I haven't been getting them as bad because there's less friction because there's only one blade. This is the next thing I recommend. Okay, moving on from armpits and shaving. I bought a tongue scraper. Kind of random. Some people don't really get it. Like, they're like, why would you use a tongue scraper? Because you can just brush your tongue with your toothbrush. I do that as well. But tongue scraper is really nice. You get all the way back your tongue, and you're not like gagging on a toothbrush. So I like this. This is a stainless steel one. It's not expensive. I find that my breath stays fresher for longer, and apparently it's supposed to make your taste buds taste better. Haven't experienced that, but I do feel very clean having this on hand. I'm obviously not going to show you how to use it, but tongue scraper, I recommend. Okay, then the next swap that I made was switching to a bamboo toothbrush. I got this very recently, like last week, because it was time for me to get a new toothbrush. And I wanted to find something that was more environmentally friendly, but also I started thinking about microplastics and everything that's plastic that we ingest and stuff. And I was thinking about brushing your teeth with a plastic toothbrush every single multiple times a day. I ended up googling it, and you do ingest microplastics from a plastic toothbrush. So I then looked into what do dentists recommend in terms of a bamboo toothbrush, and this brand David's is highly recommended by dentists for being, for the most part, biodegradable and still good for your teeth, because a lot of bamboo toothbrushes that are 100% biodegradable are made out of boar hairs for the toothbrush, which is actually not good for your teeth. So these are nylon bristles, which is a type of plastic. So I feel like I'm kind of contradicting myself by still having plastic, but the outer layer is all bamboo, and it's safely treated bamboo. So if you wanted to put this in the compost, or even bury it outside, you do have to remove the bristles first, which sounds really tedious, but I'm sure you can just cut it off or rip it out as an anger release, but so far I find this to be a lot more gentle on my teeth and my gums than the plastic toothbrush that I have from Colgate. This is actually cheaper than the standard toothbrushes that are plastic. Toothbrushes are so expensive nowadays. I can't believe it. But in line with this, if you have an electric toothbrush, they do make bamboo electric toothbrush heads, which is really great because especially electric toothbrushes, it's so much waste and like environmental plastic pollution that we could avoid by moving towards a more biodegradable and like eco-friendly option. So I bought a pack of 3. Once these are done, I will look into an option that is fully biodegradable, see if that's even viable. But for the most part, I'm really enjoying this. It feels more hygienic. I don't know if that's placebo, but the outside is wood, or bamboo, so it's not like a greasy plastic, you know? It feels better in my mouth. Pause. Okay, moving on. This is not necessarily like an option for some people, like if you can't afford it, but I only wear jewelry that won't tarnish. So whether that be coated or fully stainless steel, all my jewelry is sterling silver. I just have a necklace. I thrifted this necklace for 100 rand, and it is pure sterling silver, and I love it so much. I think it's so pretty. This was my great granny's ring. This was my mom's ring. These are both gold, and these are silver. And then my earrings I got for my birthday last year, and they're sterling silver. I only have 2 pairs of earrings, this and this. I just find like if you can, it's so easy to just pick a style that suits you and stick with it. Like I don't need many options in terms of jewelry. I definitely had more when I was younger, but now that I only want to put like high quality things on my body, it's nice to just collect pieces over a long period of time. Like this ring I've had for like 6 years. These I've had for 4. I got them for Christmas. This was a previous Christmas. And as I said, these were like inherited. Nowadays, you can find like affordable options. And I really agree with the saying, buy nice or buy twice. Or nowadays, like it's buy nice or buy many times. So while the upfront cost is more, it lasts forever. So these will never tarnish. They will never turn my fingers green. I'll never get an infection from them. I can shower with them. I keep all my jewelry on, except these. I take them out when I sleep because they have butterflies at the back, which is a bit annoying. But everything else I sleep with. I don't actually sleep with my rings anymore, but I can shower with it, swim with it. You know, you don't have to worry about taking it off. And it becomes like a part of you. I mean, I'm sure most people know that, like who have kind of staple jewelry, but I highly recommend getting high quality materials for your stuff that's always on your body. Yeah. Okay, the next thing I recommend, or the next thing I've been doing, is moving away from polyester clothing and moving towards more natural fibers. This is like in line with sweating and hygiene and stuff, but polyester is not a breathable fabric in the sense that it's been explained. So polyester is really absorbent, and it repels moisture. So let's pretend that this is the fabric, right? Here's your body sweating, here's the outside. So polyester pulls moisture through the fabric and puts it out. So your skin stays quite dry and the fabric itself stays quite dry, and you think, okay, great, this is moisture wicking. But in the middle of this fabric, it traps the oils and the bacteria that come through it. And it is very difficult to get it out of here. That is why so many like of your sports clothes still smell the second they're dry after being washed. And that's because it's really difficult for detergents and stuff to get inside that fabric and break it down. And I've found myself having to do like vinegar and bicarb washes, like a pre-soak before I wash my sports clothes, which is probably a good idea to do anyway. But polyester is not great, and it's not hygienic, very hygienic. Something like cotton, It's such a hard thing. I'm gonna make a whole video on my mental anguish with toxicology and sports clothes, because it is so hard to find sports clothes that are made of natural fibers. And the best, like the easiest natural fiber you could work out in is cotton. And most people don't want to train in cotton because when you sweat, you see it. Cotton is very absorbent, but it gets clean really well and it's not spun plastic. Most people don't realize it, but polyester is literally made out of plastic. And when you heat it up, when you're exercising specifically, or like if your undergarments, like your bras and things, are made out of polyester, it's on your body all day, on your skin. When your body heats it up, it releases a lot of toxins in the dyes that's used, like if it's low quality dyes, and then it also releases microplastics. And that's not something I want to be, affecting my body with. So just becoming aware of that has made it really challenging, because it's difficult to make the switch when most of our clothes are now combined with polyester and like polyamide and elastane. So something that I've started doing is just wearing more natural fibers, and I find, especially in summer, I sweat not necessarily less, but it feels much more comfortable. It's breathable. You don't feel like sticky. You don't smell as bad. It just feels much more hygienic being in more natural fibers than synthetic. So that's another switch I've made. And I'm in the process of selling a lot of my gym clothes because I spent a lot of money on them when I was younger, and I thought that that's what I needed to do to, chase that gym vision and aesthetic. But now I'm more focused on the health of my body, and synthetic sportswear specifically is not great for our skin or our bodies. So if you found yourself feeling really uncomfortable in the gym and struggling with body odor, especially with gym clothes, I would recommend trying out working out in natural fibers, whether that be cotton. I wouldn't really work out in silk, but like bamboo viscose is really nice. Try it. See if it makes a difference. I've found it's made a big difference for me. The next thing I recommend is a high quality bra. I personally don't wear a bra that often because I don't have a big chest, so I just like to be free. It's much more comfortable. But if you are wearing a bra like every day, it's worthwhile to invest in something that fits you really well and like goes under all your clothes nicely. I got gifted one by my boyfriend from Skims, and he got me the wireless, I think it's the wireless t-shirt bra. I can show you. So this is the one that I've got. It's in pretty much my skin tone. It's wireless, it's seamless, it's very soft. It gives like great lift. I usually have nothing to show for boobs, and I put this on and it's like, oh okay. Not to be a Skims promoter, but it is worth it. As I said, like I'm finding it really difficult to find natural fiber clothing that's also a great fit. I think the clothing industry still has a long way to go before that happens, because this is polyamide and elastane, so very expensive for the material it is. But as I said, I don't wear a bra too often, so when I do, having a nice quality bra makes a huge difference. This fits so well under my clothes, and it fits almost all of the top straps that I have. The only thing I wish it had was a clip at the back to make it a racer back sometimes, but for the most part, I just wear a cotton bralette, like for everyday stuff. But having a good bra, it's definitely worth it if you can afford it, because they can be so pricey. But that's why I said, like, all you need is one really nice well-fitting bra, and you can get them fitted to your body exactly. I find when I've been fitted before, they tend to make them a lot smaller than what's comfortable, so make sure you're really actually comfortable in it before you buy it. But I didn't try that one on before I got it, and I've loved it since I got it. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about is nails. So I do pottery classes and I've been doing them since 2023. I used to do gel nails at home and my nails were really long. I'll put a picture here if I can. And since starting pottery, you have to have really short nails. So the biggest change I've had is just having bare nails. And I think at first I hated it. Like if you have long nails and you're used to having long nails, you know that when your nails come off or like you cut them, they look like toes. Like you just hate how they look. But I really have gotten used to it, and I love how they look now. They feel very like neat and tidy. I mean, they don't look great right now, but you know, it's just bare nails. I think they're professional. I think it looks neat. It's comfortable. You know, I can scratch and actually like feel what I'm touching. It's more hygienic. It's cheaper. If you're spending money every week or every month on getting your nails done, I think it's worthwhile to like really consider why you're doing it. Because I've only had my nails done at a salon like twice in my life because I've always just done them myself. But sitting there for a long time gets really tiring. It's really expensive. And like, I think it's worthwhile questioning if it's something you actually like, if it actually brings you joy, because having nails for me definitely brought me joy, but it was a lot of maintenance and effort. And if you're not removing it properly, like especially gel or acrylic, it can be so damaging for your nail bed. And I think it's worthwhile giving bare nails a try. Also, most people seem to not care about this, but I'm getting more and more into learning about toxicology, and nail polish is really, really bad for our bodies, even gel. So a lot of people do bare nails and put a clear polish on, but I find if you just put it cuticle oil, or I don't know, if you're hydrated enough, you don't even need it. Just having bare nails. Try it out. You save money, you save time, you save toxicity for your body. It's healthier, it's easier. If you gym, like it's easier to grip the bars. Like you're not like worried about breaking a nail. Yeah, I recommend trying short nails. Controversial, but I feel like it's becoming more popular now again to have shorter nails. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't really think of anything else right now. The main thing the whole reason I made this video was because of this deodorant. Like, this has changed the game for me. So I highly recommend that. If you take anything out of this video, try a salt crystal deodorant. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope something in this video was helpful. Let me know if you use any of these. If you don't like any of these, let them know in the comments. Yeah. Have a lovely day. Bye.